Hi guys, Patty here with a tutorial on how to make this lunchbox. I have been working on some Happy Mail. I wanted a cute little lunchbox to go along with the other projects that I'm creating. And so I thought of just making it without using a die or a cutting machine, and it actually worked out fairly well. Recently I've been watching a lot of Kristianne's crafty adventures. I've been on her lives and watching her videos, and she is just amazing at 3D projects, creating 3D projects without using dies or cutting machines. And so I gave it a shot, and it worked out exactly how I thought it would. And it's really simple, guys. So let me show you how quickly you can make this. My only regret is not doing stitching on this, because typically I always have prototypes. Even when I use my cutting machine or dies, I always just, you know, practice first to get it right, because you know you always have assembly mistakes. And so anyway, I really like this prototype. So I can see myself using this to send some goodies in, and so my only regret is that I didn't stitch it, but it is a pretty cute little box for some goodies. It reminds me of like a little toolbox or a little lunch box. So what you will need is very simple. Just some scissors, a scoring board, scoring tool, some adhesive, something round to create this rounded edge right here. I used this this double-sided tape roll. That's what I used to create my rounded edges right here. So and then of course some pretty paper. I thought it would be cute to have two different colors of design paper, but that's completely up to you. So in order to create the box, this is what you will need. You'll need a paper that measures 5 by 6, and then on the 6th side you will score it at 2 and at 4. And when you make those folds, that's going to create your base or your actual box. So again, this is 5 by 6, and on the 6th side you score at 2 and at 4, and then I'll also leave all of that in the description box as well. So that is the base. Then we can go on to the sides, to these little side panels right here. And for those you will need 2 of these, of course, 1 for each side. And you will need a piece of paper that measures 3 by 3 1/4. And then you will score this at half on 3 sides. So the this is going to be my top part, this rounded edge that comes up here. So it's 3 by 3 1/4, and I'm going to score it at half on 3 sides. So I'll move it this way, do half, move it this way, do half, turn it this way, do half. And this is what it is going to create for me. So in order to round those edges, I just used something that's round. I tried to center it to my, just eyeball it to the center of this square right here, because these are going to be my sides. This is my seam, if you will, that will be used to connect it to the rest of the lunchbox. So this is the actual little square that's going to be visible, and that's the part that I want rounded. So what I did is I just lined this up to the edge, put it in the center as much as possible, in the center of this box right here, and let me mark that out for you. This pen isn't a really good pen to be using because it's kind of light. So see this box right here? That is what I want rounded. And like I said, I just eyeballed it and just traced that on there. And that looks pretty good to me. So I will then go in and round that off. And you're left with this. I then cut this down so that when you fold it and it attaches to your sides, it's not sticking out too much. So I cut these little pieces off right there. Let me move these out of the way. And that's gonna leave you with this. Now, in order to create that box, I just cut up right here, take off a little sliver, teeny tiny, just to give you that room so that when you fold it, it creates that little space that you need to attach it to this piece right here. Fold that up, fold that in, and this is the side of your lunchbox. That is what it is going to look like. You will then attach that to the inside of your base, like so. See how that's coming along? So let's do that again on this one. Since I have already rounded this edge right here, I'm going to use this paper as my guide for the second one. Just for the camera's sake and so that we can see better, I turned it over to the white side, but it doesn't really matter. And then I'm just gonna follow that line and round it out as best I can, and it doesn't have to be too perfect. I mean, this is handmade. So there you go, you have your both sides. Then once again, we're gonna cut on this score line right here, cut a little piece off right there for the fold, cut up to this score line again, and then cut a little piece off right there. And then attach those on the inside like so. And again, that gives you your other edge. So let's attach those so that you can see how that's gonna work out. So what I do is just use some tape, double-sided tape. I actually like to use liquid glue a lot. It just seems easy, and I don't know, I've always liked to use liquid glue. But for this video's sake, I am using double-sided tape. Plus it helps that that is what I used for my to round off my little side panels. So see, that creates my little side panel that's gonna go right in here. And so on this side, I'm gonna run my double-sided tape along the edge. and then I'm going to attach my side panel. And what I do is just eyeball it, kind of put it up against this edge right in the center. And then bring this up. Line it up as best you can. And that's what your side will look like. So let's do that with this one as well, just so you can get a good look at that. Oops, wrong side. Okay, so I'm going to add some adhesive to this little flap right here. And remove this. Okay guys, my kids are up, so I had to step away for a bit, but I've already put in those two side panels. I kind of wish I would have added this top lid before, but it's okay, it'll work out for us. This is going to be this lid piece right here, this piece right here, and this measures 5 by 4.5, and then on the 4.5 side you are going to score it at half. So it's a 5 by 4.5, and you will score it at half. This half piece is what's going to attach to your base, the base of your lunchbox, and then you will just curve this over to create that lid. Let me see if I can. So let me attach this very quickly and I will be right back. Okay, so this mark right here, the score line right here, is going to be your guide to attaching your lid. You'll just line that up as best you can. And then what I did is use a strip of Velcro to for my closure. So let me just remove the backing. I just add that, let me see, about right here, right in the center. Press that down, remove the backing. So now we've had a bit on the lid part and on this part right here. And that is your lunchbox. Look how easy that was, guys. I did round these edges with my corner chomper just to give it a cuter finished look. It's not necessary, you don't have to do that. On this one I covered up because I added this top part first, then I glued these side panels to it. That helps with the finished look. So make sure that you do that in a better order than I did. Attach the side panels at the end. So first you'll want to create your base, attach your lid, and then attach your side panels to hide that that edge right there. But you get the idea. That's your lunch box. And all we need now is the handle. And for the handle, this measures, this one I made was very, very thin. So really you can use whatever size you'd like for the handle. But this one I made is a little thicker. This is 3/4 by 5. And then I scored it at 1/2 and at 4.5 to give me those little edges that I'm going to use to attach my lunch box holder to the top lid right there, if that makes sense. So yeah, guys, that is your lunchbox. I absolutely love it. Don't forget that you want to attach those side panels at the end. So you'll do the base, the lid, and then the side panels so that you don't have this problem that I'm having right here. My prototype actually worked better than the tutorial, because see how nice and clean it gives it, just a nice finished touch. And then also, if you want to do stitching, make sure to stitch everything up before you attach all the pieces. And there aren't that many pieces. There's what, 5 pieces in this. So I really, really love that. I think it's so cute and so easy. You can add a little strap right here, little jemmies right here to look like the little lunchbox screws, maybe add a tassel, endless possibilities. I think it's just such a cute little gift box to use, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.